Welcome back, peoples. Today, I'm going to talk about Final Fantasy 15. Now, as you can tell from the picture right here, hopefully it's right there, uh, you can see that I finally completed the game. Now, it's not 100% completion, but overall, I'll say like it's like 90% done because one thing I have to say is that this is an awesome game and I did a lot in this game. But just to let y'all know, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the game Final Fantasy 15. I'm gonna talk about all the stuff. It's gonna be spoilish, so if you have not seen or played the game or don't want to know the ending, then don't look at this video. Do what you need to do and come back. I'm giving y'all this warning right now, so think about it, and then that's it. Okay? Okay. So let's go ahead and get into it. Final Fantasy 15 is one of my favorite games. It has problems in it, but regardless, one of my favorite Final Fantasy games. Out of the whole collection, man, out of all the Final Fantasy games I've played, I have to say that this is up there. It's like I think this could be my number one right here because I played all the games already, all the main title games, some of the spin-offs and everything, and I completed a majority of the games already, but I have to say this one really, I don't know, it could be just the hype I'm in right now because I'm so fresh with this game right now. But then again, if you think, like, I have so much memories of the old game, so it's just, I'm not sure. I need to get back with y'all on that. But regardless, I have to say that this is one of my favorite games here, like up there with freaking Final Fantasy 4 and 6, because those are like my 1 and 2, or my used to be number ones right there. But don't get it twisted about everything. I love this game. Everything's cool about it. Problems, like I said, I'm gonna just go ahead and talk about the problems I had with this, so I could just talk about all the good stuff I like. For me, it's not really a bad thing. It's just annoyances. So one of the things I had to say is the camera angles. The camera controls are one of the things that I don't really like. I mean, like what I could say is, like, some of this is my fault. Like a lot of it's my fault because the area I'm in. I just need to move the camera, but I'm so engaged in the battle. So what I'm talking about is majority of the outside battles out in the lands, you could be fighting in bushes or in a lot of terrain areas or a lot of trees and stuff. And one thing I always found myself in is that I'm fighting these monsters. They're like freaking fast and everything, and just doing that. Well, the camera is always behind a goddamn tree. If not a tree, you're in the desert, it's a freaking bush. And that freaking annoys me because I'm in the process of trying to block, parry, attack. Like I'm in the middle of a combo and then I can't see nothing. And it gets real difficult because you're trying to have your lock on, and then the camera, it's probably whatever. The thing is, like, I don't have enough sense to try to maneuver the camera around to make things easier. But that's one annoyance I always kept on getting into when I'm doing like my hunts and everything. There's always something in front of the camera, so I can't see. One annoyance. Next, another thing is same thing with the camera, but it's camera still. But what I'm talking about is in the dungeons, or like, I don't know. Honestly, I'm not really sure because let's just say in the dungeons or in areas where it's like cramped a little. For some reason, at first I thought it was just my controller wasn't working. Like you could control the camera using the triggers or whatever, and for some reason I couldn't move the goddamn camera because it'll be just stuck at an angle for some reason. And it's just it doesn't happen a lot. It just happens sometimes in like dungeons or corridors wherever I'm at. It'll just get stuck. Even like say I'm in the mountain range for some reason, it'll just like I'm trying to look at the like I'm right here, like pretend this the camera, this the character, and then it'll just stay stuck like this for some reason, and it won't. I can't maneuver it, so I'm all like, what the heck? Bad example, but yeah. So one of the main things is the camera was whatever, but it's not really annoyance. Um, Another thing is this is the last thing I have to talk about right here, besides going into story stuff. But another thing is there's a part in the game, like, okay, because I'm gonna talk about chapter 13. Now I love chapter 13. It's cool and all, but there's an annoyance in there. Like I'll say, like at the end part of the game, because of the situation you're in. Again, spoilers, but regardless, from what I heard, because I beat the game a few hours ago, just to let y'all know, I beat it a few hours ago, and I just had that time just to reminisce, all the memories. So right now, I have to say a lot of people been complaining about this deal, and another thing is this was basically for me rushing to finish the game because I wasn't sure what's gonna happen. There's gonna be an update or a patch whenever they, in a couple of days, I'm not sure when, but there's gonna be a patch or an update to fix chapter 13 to make it less harder, I guess. I'm not sure because I did not find it difficult. I just found it annoying for completely different reasons because a lot of people are complaining that the level's real hard and it's just they can't get through it and this and that. And I have to say, in my opinion, y'all gotta be kidding. Y'all must be, I guess, freaking y'all. I don't know. I have to say, y'all, like, what's that meme that's always out? If you can't do anything, just get good at the game then, basically. But honestly, I did not find it hard or nothing. It's just that probably y'all were spoon fed easy stuff or something and y'all can't take a challenge. That's what I have to say right there. For me, I did not find it hard. I find it annoying for a whole bunch of different reasons. Not because of the mechanics of that level or anything like that. I love the part where you lost your abilities and you have to run away. Simple, just run away. You have to do different things in order to survive or get through the area. And it's simple. I don't get why it was so hard for people. I mean, I don't know. Even if I was at a lower level, then maybe it could be like difficult, but it wasn't. You just have to time it. See, one thing is parry, not parry, a dodge and stuff like that. That's all you need to do, or just try to do your ring stuff because you lose your weapons. You eventually get your ring, and the ring will actually give you some awesome abilities, like the death ability or holy, which activates every time you dodge. And I don't know, I'm triggered or something like triggered, but nah. Regardless, people find that really hard, and I could understand some part of it. I mean, just get good, people. I can understand if you have like two axemen attacking you and you're trying to do death, do the dodge. That's all you need to do. But whatever, that's a little rare right there. But for me, my problem with like I don't think in general chapter 13, but I mean, just to give you an example, it's not anything that it's about the freaking getting through the level. What annoyed me is throughout the whole game, you had the ability to sprint, like your stamina and you sprint, you run faster. Now, for me, I learned about the whole put the great have their stamina meter show and then just do the infinite, like right when your stamina meter goes out, just press the button again and then it'll refill instantly and you just keep on going. That's what I've been doing throughout the whole game. I am happy I learned that like trick at the very beginning of the game and everything, so that's cool. But what I didn't like is at the end, like when you're in the Empire section and everything, you're going through the corridors and all that, they get they take away your sprint ability for some reason. I don't know why, and I don't think it's technically chapter 13 or it could be the chapter before it. Like there's a section where you can't sprint no more, and uh, that's what annoyed me. That's all it is. It's just that. It's just annoyance. Because knowing that I could go a little bit faster through everything, that's the thing that got me. A better example is to let you know or let you see what I'm talking about is go to the Lestalem. Go to that city, that area. You'll realize that outside the area on the road where they have like the vehicles and stuff, you could run, stamina and all. But right when you make it into the little fair city, the little inside part, they take it away. All you can do is just barely like jog. You can't sprint. That's what I'm talking about. That would annoy me. And I was thinking, why take that out when you're in town or in that area at the end of the game? That would, it irked me so much because I knew I could go faster. So for me to get through it, I'm just jumping because it feels like, say, like in Lestalem, you lose that ability to sprint. So for me, I was jumping because it felt like I was going a little bit faster. So that's another annoyance right there. And honestly, that's all I have to say about like stuff I didn't like about it. It's not much. It's just simple deals. I mean, regardless, this is a perfect game for me. I really enjoyed it. Uh, Trying to think. I think that's it. Otherwise, now the other things like say that were bad was like some story elements, but I'm not saying the story is bad. It's just my opinion about what was weird and not. And I'm just gonna go ahead and get into that now. So for the story in general, from the beginning to end, for what it is, I loved it. It's great, because there's so much story to this game. I got info from the anime, the 5 episode OVA anime stuff, the Brotherhood. I got Kingsglaive, the movie, and then going into this, and I also got a little bit more info in the Final Fantasy hardcover book, which I bought with the deal, the hardcover. Let me show you. I got this too. But I started reading this after I completed the game. I just did a quick through at all the info, and I found a lot of crazy stuff I did not really knew when I was playing the game. So I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, now when I do my new game plus, I'm gonna keep that with me to check out, so I don't want to miss nothing crazy. But yeah, I have that. But like I was saying, this is nothing bad. It's just that I wish there was more to it. Like the whole point of the game is the whole point of Final Fantasy 15 is you trying to get to your betrothed. You're trying to go to find or meet up with Luna Freya. So Luna, and for me, it's just something that it was freaking. It's not that it was bad. It's great. It was amazing. For me, in my opinion, because I don't know. I love the story and everything. And the ending made me sad. Like I think I was crying. I think, but in the thing about Luna is you don't see much of her. You do see her in different scenes and contexts. I mean, honestly, I think the movie showed her more. Nah. I think it was a little bit half and half compared to comparing her from the movie and game. But regardless, I have to say that I wish we got more of Luna in this game, a lot more. The thing that got me really annoyed or mad, and I was like, "Oh, come on!" is that you finally meet up with her, and then what happens? She freaking dies. Like, what the hell? That really got me right there. But regardless, that's one of the things that irked me. So, another thing is our enemies, the main enemies in the game. Like, I already forgot their names because they're not really part of the story. I mean, Arden, the Chancellor Arden, we know who he is, and he's the only character I remember out of the group, especially from comparing to the movies. Because I think the characters in the movie they were shown more in the movie than in the actual game. Because what do we have? We have Ravis, whatever, Luna's brother, and he's the only one I remember name wise. We have Aranea, and I love her. She's amazing. I like her for what we had of her and how she became. She's an awesome character. I hope there's more of her in the future. But yeah, Ravis is the only one I can remember out of because I know there's the Editor General, and then right now I'm just picturing that cutscene at the very beginning where the Emperor's all, oh my crystal, and Ravis is right there. Well, the scientist guy, the researcher, I can't remember his name, but the old dude, and then behind him it's the Editor General and Aranea. Can't pronounce the name very well, but yeah. So one thing that got me was they weren't even a big factor. They just caused everything. Arden was the big factor, the big enemy that you see everywhere doing stuff. Apparently, from judging from how everything was at the end, they just disappeared. They just disappeared in their clothes or something. Besides Ravis, let's talk what happened to Ravis and some other stuff. I might be missing something. I think they turned into demons. That's what I'm thinking, but it wasn't really impactful because the only one I remember is Ravis. Because Ravis, he ends up being cool. He's a cool character. I mean, we don't get much of him. It's just that, you feel sorry for him for what happened. But it doesn't make sense because Kingsglaive, he was in Kingsglaive and he was pretty much of a douche and everything in there, kind of. It's just that his character changed like a 180 big time from the movie to game. And that seems weird because they're the movie and game takes place a couple minutes apart or something. Because the game takes place right after the movie, so I don't know what happened there. But regardless, it's just weird because Like, he was portrayed as a jerk, kind of, more likely a jerk. And in the game, he was still portrayed as a hard jerk a little, but you see all this stuff that happened in the background, like flashbacks or paper, like reading journals and stuff. He was actually a cool guy, and I was like, wow, pretty cool. But it kind of sad what happened with that character. But regardless, it's what it is. Um, I'm trying to think what else was there that I found that irks me. But I think that's basically it, just with story wise and everything, just characters. Um, One big thing is I'm just glad that I did not know much of the background information to this game because this game took 10 years to make, but honestly, not really 10 years. It's been in development for that long, but two games came out of this. Even though we got this game, Final Fantasy 15, it was originally Final Fantasy 13 Versus or whatever, and it was real different for like a couple of years because we had Noctis and then we have another woman named Stella, which I'm not going to get into because she doesn't exist no more. She evolved into Lunafreya. It's just that, I'm glad that I did not know deep cuts of the whole project. I think that's why a lot of people are irked by this game a little because I found this amazing because a lot like to my like from my knowledge from everyone else because a lot of people like a lot of people didn't and they have their opinions and stuff. These are my opinions. It's just that they all these other people they have all this extra information that they found out or they knew they followed it, which is cool, no problem. It's just that it changed what they wanted. They wanted the original game, what it used to be or what it was, and I can understand that I'll feel the same. But for me, I just love how this was. I mean, now I looked into it, like after I beat the game and everything, I looked into it and I found that what was it? That there is some parts that I was like, oh, I wish it was like, I mean, it would have been bad if they kept it compared to how they had the tone is now. Like, one thing I learned is that, like, I'm not sure if they explained it in the game, but they did kind of explain it, but not really say, if I recall. I'm not sure about Prompto. He's from the Niflheim, area. And one of the bigger thing is freaking his father was the engineer, the researcher, the scientist, man. That was his father. And I can't remember if they did say that or not. I mean, they did mention that he was from the Empire area, but I don't think they ever said that Grievous or whatever his name. I forgot his name, but he was his son. And when I learned that from reading this book right here, from reading this, because there's a cool, I'm not going to show you, but there's a family tree in here that shows all the characters and the relationships. And it's straight up saying that, yeah, that's his father. So, wow. And there was a background story that they took out is Prompto was going to be a traitor out of the group. And I don't know. I mean, a part of me wanted to see that, but the other part of me just happy with what it is. It's just that I'm glad I did not know much more of that background stuff, but yeah, it's what it is. Um, all I can say is that this is a completely different game from back then. That's all I can say. And we never know. We might see something of that game in the future, maybe as like a one-off deal or like because you have to think, how much of that old game did they have? I mean, did they really scrap it all, like the character designs, all that? Or, it's just whatever, because this game did a lot of changes, and a lot of people, like the producers, were worried about this stuff. But it's what it is. I just wish that they did kept some elements, because, like, even some of the older trailers make it different. I'm not talking about the real old ones, but like the recent new ones that came out over the past year. I remember there was a trailer like talking about Lunafreya, like because she had a bigger role in this game. They just cut it down because of some controversy about the whole women issue in these games, which is completely stupid, but it's whatever. It's just that Luna had a bigger role, but I think her character was more portrayed in a abused type role compared to how she is now, because there's scenes in the trailers I never saw in the game, which is weird because I remember those like, I mean, I'm not condoling all this stuff, but like I remember seeing a younger Unifray getting beat, on the trailer, and none of that like darker aspects were in this game, and it probably had to went to the controversy because they're having sexual issues with the characters. Like people are just complaining about exploitation, whatever thing. But I'm rambling now. But enough of that. But yeah, uh, why did I go into all that too? I don't know. I just ramble lots of other stuff, but yeah, going back to everything, I like this game. Like saying like with chapter 13, I was rushed into finishing the game, which I need to get through it because I did not know what's gonna happen. They were gonna change the chapter 13 stuff, so I wanted to go ahead and get through it before anything was changed. And with the changes happening, whenever it does, I could just experience that in New Game Plus or whatever, whenever that happens. Because I'm looking forward to playing this again. How much time did I do already? 20 minutes. Okay, so like I said, I enjoyed this. At the very beginning of the game, I had so much fun. Like the first 20 hours, all I did was hunts. I did not do anything as hunts. And it was awesome. I really enjoyed this. You could tell from the time I took with this game, 90 hours, level 74. It's amazing. And I did majority of the hunts. Now, like, there's some really hard stuff out there I need to do, and some stuff that they won't tell you what you need to do. So I'm gonna have fun with my strategy guide, trying to figure out all the other hunts, because like strategy guides, cool thing with these strategy guides right here, they don't spoil nothing for you. They'll tell you what's up, but they make it to a way where it's not spoiling the story. It'll just let you know what's going on and everything. And I thought that's pretty cool. But for me, I just make sure that I finish the scenario, like the chapter or whatever, and then I'll just see what's up. Because, you know, it's nice seeing say, oh, that's where our island was. Oh, I could have done that. Oh, Jesus. But yeah, that's another cool thing right there. Character-wise, I enjoyed the characters. Noctis was a little bit, come on now, Noctis, do your stuff. But in the end, he grew on me and stuff. I enjoy all the characters. It's just as, like, some scenes, like I say, with the Lunafreya, and then Ignis. Oh my god, I feel sorry for Ignis. And the way the ending was. Oh yeah, let's talk about the ending. Now, I was confused with the ending at first. It took me a couple of seconds to realize. Now, this is my opinion, but I think this is what happened. Everyone's dead. That's what I feel like. It feels like everyone dead. Now, here's my reasons. You know, Arden is an ancestor to the Lucian family, to ancestor to Noctis, and he's immortal. He was banished. He's basically tamed to a demon and stuff, and he just wants to destroy everything. And, you know, he wants to die also. So that happens. He actually gets his way. That's what happens. World of Ruin. That's what the end title card was, or like the chapter when you finish it. World of Ruin. You did get a World of Ruin, which is crazy because the last time we saw it was in Final Fantasy VI. This is the second bad guy who got his way, and in the end, he did succeed in a way. He got what he wanted. He 100% got what he wanted. I mean, even though he died, like the world went back to normal. But just think, the only one I could think of right now is Kefka. Kefka from Final Fantasy VI is the only one that did it. He became a god. He destroyed the world. He died at the end, but he got what he wanted for that moment. Arden's the same way. And he got, like, it feels like his was 100% foolproof because he got the world, the world was destroyed for 10 years. Darkness, shit had happened, all this and that. I feel sorry for all the characters, even the side characters. I feel sorry for them because you have to think, I met all the side characters. The fishing dude, the frog girl, you know, all of them, and freaking, it's just sad because you just have to think 10 years, what happened to them, and it's just sad. And I have to say that freaking Arden, he did all that. He wanted to die. That's the main thing he wanted, and he succeeded. He died. He even ended the bloodline of Noctis and everything, and it's just crazy. In the end, he died, but that's what he wanted in the end, regardless. And he had his way. Now, like I said again, everyone is dead in this freaking. The main characters died, which sucks. And the way I'm pointing it to is because Noctis, the only way he could kill Arden was to go into the spiritual area, the limbo spiritual plane, and use the power he had in there to kill him so he won't come back. In the process, he dies. He had to die for him to go into the area. He does that, and that ends the power and everything because the ring crumbles. So he's literally died. Even at the secret ending that shows Noctis and Lunafreya on the throne, I love that scene, but it's showing that he's having that in the afterlife because. Remember, you see the throne room, you see that all the petals and everything, that's not happening. That's just a memorial. If you look to the top left, a big hole. Everything's still destroyed. It's just they cleaned it up, they left it the way it was, and made it into a memorial. That's why you find that picture on the throne. And that's why you saw the afterlife of Noctis and Lunafreya looking at the picture, which, oh my god, I did not know that was gonna be a big thing in the future, because I looked at, like, every time Pronto made a picture, even those cutscene ones, I look at each picture at the every day ended. I look at each picture. I just never saved. I only saved 2 pictures throughout this whole game, and that was the picture of showing young Regis with his group, because I thought, oh cool, a past picture. I saved it. And the other picture was the one where they're leaving the Kayam in the boat, before they got into the boat. That's the picture I saved. And oh my god, I'm glad I had something meaningful and not stupid like I found everyone else doing. They put stupid pictures at the end, which it's funny, but it ruins the experience or something. Like for me, like, I don't know about everyone, I was really emotional at the end. I'm just happy to see that one picture. Like, oh, I love how it's seeing. People probably have cup noodles or some stupid picture of them doing something stupid in there, but it's what it is. It's just how I see the game for me and personal. But yeah, and I was sad when all that happened. And the reason why I'm thinking the brother Ignis, Gladio, and Prompto are dead is because when they were fighting, like, they're fighting demons outside the building. Well, once Noctis uses his power, the power disappears. So during that time, they're fighting those demons with no weapons, because aren't their weapons connected to, Noctis? Because they could make them appear and stuff. I mean, I'm not sure, but that's what I'm thinking right there. Another thing is, freaking, they were in the spirit realm, in the realm where Noctis is, and you have to think, why are they there? It could be memory. I mean, it's up to interpretation. But for me, I'm thinking they're dead because they're in that realm. Also, Regis is there, so they're all dead. They're all dead. Lunafreya is there, and she's been dead for 10 years along with Regis. So, yeah, that's what I think is happening right there. And a lot of people could complain about, like, nah, they could be alive. It's up to interpretation. Even that other secret ending where it shows them in the campfire, a lot of people saying, look, this is the aftermath. No, it's not. This is before they went for the fight at Arden. This is before they went to the Citadel, because a lot of people saying, no, he's not wearing the ring. Obviously, he's not wearing a ring, but he's not even wearing his regal clothes. They all were wearing their, regal, like, their outfits. In that cutscene, they weren't. They were wearing whatever they were wearing during the whole, Hammerhead cutscene and everything. So it was before. And another good example is before they went into the Insomnia with their dress and everything, you see Noctis putting the ring on. So he did not have a ring on in general at that time. So that implies that cutscene at the campfire is that it was before they go fight Arden. Before they even made it to the inside, to the Citadel and all that. So that was all in the past. And another thing is, when they showed the sun rising for the first time in 10 years, it shows that campsite. And all there was the chairs and that fire, the fire that's going out. So that implies that it was in the past. And plus, Noctis actually showed his heart to everyone, saying that you guys are the best. I've made peace with everything, And you knew right there when he said that, they're all crying and everything, and they said they're on a level playing field. Okay, now we're all set, we're on the level, let's go to defeat Arden. There. Oh, and another thing, I forgot, the summons. I wish the summons, like, this could go back to another nitpicking thing, but I wish the summons were something bigger. But they were portrayed as gods and everything, and I love them all, man. I have to say, Shiva was one fine summon. I have to say that. The Galatian, wow, I was surprised with that. Out of all the Shivas throughout the series, that was a real gorgeous one. I'm not even talking about, like, the way she was dressed. She was gorgeous, I have to say. But regardless, all the summons were awesome, and it's crazy how, like, all we had was Rama, Titan, Shiva, Leviathan, and Bahamut, and Ifrit. Ifrit's funny because I always called it Ifrit. Ever since I was a little kid, I always said Ifrit, and like I am forcing myself to say Ifrit, but I always say Ifrit. But it's a funny deal. But Ifrit, He was the only enemy one. Besides Leviathan, who was kind of being a dick. But yeah, Ifrit, like, I have to say, he looked really badass. I like how he looked, and he was real strong. He freaking took Bahamut, like, you know, he dodged all the Bahamut weapons and everything and all that. But I really like how Bahamut looked. He was really, like, out of all of the Bahamuts I've seen, he was more the humanoid dragon, humanoid, like, clad in Bahamut armor. And I thought that was really cool. I like how it looked. And it's just crazy. Like, I really like the ending scene when they were fighting Ifrit, where Bahamut comes, uses his Ultima Blade, and he looks at Noctis, you know, right when he was attacking. Noctis, do it. And yeah, and then he goes and attacks, and I thought that was real amazing. It just sucks that you can't use him in game. It was just, he was just there for that one scene right there. But I love the summons, and it's just random how they come out. You have to, it depends on how the battle's going, and you know, just like that. But I like it. You know, like I said, Shiva is an amazing looking. I was surprised that it was actually Gentiana. And did they really explain that the Empire killed her or something like that? Because I was confused with the. I mean, it probably just went over my head, but I was confused with the whole when they were on the train. Biggs and Wedge, they're awesome. But on the train, you see they have her corpse. Her corpse is right there, and she's huge, which is crazy. But I was surprised by that, even though like she's still alive as Gentiana, or she is Gentiana, and you know she's real small. But regardless, I thought that was awesome. And yeah, so that's all I could pick up right now. That's all I could say. Like, you know, I don't want this video to go on real long. It's already this long already. But regardless, I really enjoyed this game. I really enjoyed it, man. I just, you know, I wish they didn't do that patch real quick. And for me, like the way I was going, I was just I'll continue on, and then I'll make sure I get all the missions, and then I'll continue on. And I think I did that the most, honestly. I was already at the limit to where you can't do no more until you finish the game, and then you can do more. It's just that I want to make sure I get the original chapter 13 before they change it, and make sure I did everything, because there's a lot of, like, right now I bought the season pass right now, so I'm really happy with it. Like, I don't even know what season passes are. Like, they're just a big collection of the DLCs. That's what I'm guessing. That's what I was looking up anyways, and you get it for this price instead of buying them individually or something. So because this is a real big game that I really enjoyed, and there's a lot of cool stuff, like there's episodes of Gladios, probably Ignis, Prompto, and then some extra stuff. I'm really looking for like an expansion. I don't know how it is. Like, one of the big things is New Game Plus, and I could just go through the whole game again with my stuff and really, like, you know, enjoy it again. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this, and I'm still hyped with this, so I'm happy. And I'm not I don't know. I'm just waiting to see what's next for Final Fantasy 15. That's all I have for right now, so I'm just ending it right here. So if y'all enjoyed this video, please comment down below. Congratulations on making it this far, because I think this is a 30-minute video or so. Regardless, congrats, and please comment down below on your thoughts about the Final Fantasy 15. Did you enjoy it? Did you not? Did you do anything crazy, like, you know, do all the missions or whatever? I did practically everything, you know. I made sure I got all the survival skills, like, you know, their special skills, which was really fun. And like, oh, fishing. I really love fishing for some reason. At first I didn't really, but then I really got into it. So like, fishing was a big surprise. I really enjoyed that, and it was fun, and it was easy to get to 10. It's just that good luck with those last two final quests for the fishing stuff, because I still haven't even did the final quest for fishing, but the second last fishing quest, that thing was a little difficult. So you have to make sure you have some strong stuff. But regardless, it was enjoyable. I mastered everything on there, and I'm looking forward to the future of Final Fantasy 15. I'm looking forward for this DLC and all that, and let's just see what happens. So hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see y'all next time, people. Take care.